Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, Hulk Hogan reacts to getting booed on Raw.
The Rock addresses the Cody Rhodes controversy.
We're going to tell you the truth about The Undertaker taking Becky Lynch's spot.
And I'm going to tell you which WWE wrestler is a huge star on the rise. I'm Adam Wilborn.
Hello, I'm Andrew.
And this is the news.
All right, we're going to start this one. There's a lot of Raw fallout on this show today, and Hulk Hogan. Let's talk about Hulk Hogan a little bit. So, obviously, he did not get the reception he probably hoped for on Raw this week.
I thought we were his best tag team partner.
Yeah, so did I, but apparently that makes the boos even louder.
It's brilliant.
Strange. But, not the reception he would have wanted. Of course, his beer, Real American Beer, is now in a sponsorship agreement with WWE. You saw the logo at the corners of the ring.
Not for long.
He had the t-shirt on, which he tore off, and Netflix gets Raw or something underneath.
Who cares?
We've got a quote here, right? So the Daily Mail.
This is all the best people in this story.
It is. They've heard from Hulk Hogan's PR guy, a source on the matter.
Hulk Hogan.
And then they've exclusively told them this is quite long, but there's a whole lot of copium going on in here.
There is.
And I want you guys to enjoy this. So, here we go. Here's the quote. Did Hulk Hogan think he was going to get cheered, especially bringing out Jimmy Hart, who everyone likes and was also waving an American flag at the time? That is a resounding yes. So, when he came out, got booed, and then went to the back after his promo, he was instantly disappointed that the fans turned on him. But he wasn't pissed. Had it not been for him being there to promote his beer, he would have leaned into it a little bit more. But he just had to get through the promotion of it all. But after thinking about it, a few good things did come of it. The fact that he was booed, everyone talked about it, and he's been in wrestling business long enough to know that even a bad reaction goes a long way, because if they aren't cheering for you or aren't booing you, then they don't care at all. This has actually been great promotion for the beer.
Piss off. Sorry, I promised myself I wasn't going to interrupt.
And as quickly as he was disappointed, he thought about it a little bit more and is actually excited about how it turned out. Hulk is a businessman and he is going to take advantage of the fans' reaction all the way to the bank. So, do you believe that?
No, it's a load of bollocks. He's trying to do DDP's old gimmick. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Yeah. No, when we say, it's better to be booed than get no reaction whatsoever, that's when you're a wrestler who still wrestles. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. You're not trying to sell a wrestling program.
No.
You're trying to sell a beer.
Also, how is this a surprise? I don't know what people... Anna Louise, my wife, said to me, why did they put Hulk Hogan out there? And I said, I don't know. I'd had to lean into it. You didn't do it at the WrestleMania, as far as I remember. As far as I remember, you just kind of ploughed on through and was like, but I'm stood next to Titus O'Neil. How can you boo me?
Yeah, when he was dressed as a pirate as well.
What a load of... I'm trying to stop myself from swearing because Ryan's a lovely editor and I don't want to make any more work for him. But what a load of crap this is. No one's going to buy the beer because, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk got booed, so I'll buy the beer now.
Yeah.
Has anyone tried it, by the way?
I don't want to buy it to try it. Oh, no, I do want to try it.
But if you've tried Real American Beer, let us know in the comments.
I bet it tastes like
below.
Piss.
It's a light beer, so it probably will.
Genuinely, hand on heart, I'd rather drink Prime. Right, and I think you would too. I genuinely think you've got a great palate. You've got that beer app. Was it Untapped that you're always on? Yeah. I guarantee that is rock bottom of your charts.
Actually, let's look at the rating.
Please do, and I'll talk more about this. How this is absolute horse poop.
Do it.
Yeah, it's just nonsense. This. First of all, like I say, what were they expecting? Because of the previous reactions Hulk Hogan's got, and by the way, I'm very much aware he's all over the Saturday Night's Main Event promotion stuff as well. Well, now how long that's going to last for?
Oh, and not a bad rating.
Oh,
3.27 out. Maybe it's good. I don't know.
I doubt it. Yeah. If Hulk Hogan's involved, I sincerely doubt it. But in LA of all places, you arrived wearing I'm not going to get political about all this.
Sure.
But he arrived in a MAGA shirt. It's Los Angeles. What are you thinking? And he's not recovering this. This is not one of those things, thankfully. Because so often in wrestling, someone does something terrible and we all come on here and we go, well, that's awful. and then 6 months passes, and they come back out, and you go, people just forget that, yay, I remember him from my childhood. Oh, bollocks, I forgot about the terrible thing that they did. I'm glad people aren't forgetting this and are sticking to their guns, and I like the fact that however you feel about that big Raw Netflix debut, all everyone could say was, however much I was going to rate it, after I watched Hulk Hogan get booed out of the goddamn Into It Dome, that went up a few notches.
I mean,
they should have cut to all the celebrities booing him. There's Macaulay Culkin. Boo!
Macaulay Culkin was raging.
More over than Hulk Hogan by a country mile.
I definitely think it's a big misread, right? Like, you can remove the political stuff, I think, as well, because The Undertaker was on this show and
exactly.
he didn't get booed. The thing with the political stuff is, like, if you're going to make, like, an outward statement of any kind, be it endorsing someone or wearing a shirt, and I think this applies to both sides, by the way, you are immediately pissing half of your audience off, right?
Yeah.
And in this era of extreme tribal, like, my side good, your side bad, everyone clashes, nobody meets in the middle, that's just what happens. It's a pretty even political split, and one side is going to hate you immediately. But I think what this has a lot to do with is one thing that I think WWE has been very successful with doing throughout this new era is creating new fans, right? Not just lapsed fans, not just grumpy 38-year-olds. Sorry, I'm only 37. I've aged myself.
We're all in our 30s.
Yeah, I'm a 31. Not just aging grumps like me who maybe have been lapsed and come back or whatever, but like genuinely new fans, younger people who are seeing wrestling for the first time and going, oh, this Jey Uso guy's cool, and whatever else. And to them, to that generation of fans, Hulk Hogan isn't a beloved figure that they watched when they were a kid, because they weren't watching when they were a kid. Hulk Hogan is a guy who said a racist word on a sex tape. Of course he got that kind of reaction. And Los Angeles as well is a city that is going to react particularly strongly to that stuff. So, look, you shouldn't have used him. I think the reaction should have been, they should have seen that.
They tried everything, didn't they? They're like, we'll put him in the middle of the show. Everyone's hopefully feeling good by that point. We've had, title changes and big wins and what have you. And we'll send Jimmy Hart out with him and have him wave an American flag. They can't boo that. No, they booed everything.
Yeah, Jimmy looked like, oh God.
It's just such a naked promotion as well. He wasn't there to be like, I want to put over this talent and endorse someone. He was just there to be like, what you gonna do? Oh, Raw on Netflix. By the way, buy my beer. That's all it was. Like, at least when Logan Paul comes out there, we hate him, and we know he's partially there to promote his own product, but he also does good stuff in the ring.
Yeah, this is it. Like, I think like a lot of people forgive personal stuff that people have done. And look, I kind of judge that on a case-by-case basis. But like, it's not like Hulk Hogan came out and cut the promo of a lifetime, was it? I mean, the man literally realized he was getting booed and went, I've got to switch this up. You know what, brother? You fans have never turned your backs on me, and they went even louder.
We were talking about this on the podcast yesterday. Oh God, they're still booing me. Randy Savage, Andre the Giant. You got to boo them, right?
Yeah, you can't boo yourselves.
Boo us for ever supporting you.
You know what?
Go away.
I genuinely enjoy stuff like this, right? Because I don't care what company this happened in.
Nope.
If this happened in DDT, I would still laugh at it, right? Sometimes you just need a disaster.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need the entire timeline, the entire wrestling space united in taking the piss out of something that went wrong, right? We've not had this really since Rubber Chicken. We do not get it enough.
No. We love our chaos, don't we?
We really do. I say it time and time again. I don't want to watch no 6 out of 10s.
Yeah.
I want to watch an 8 or above or a 2 or below. And this fell into that bottom category. Look, taking the piss is fun, man.
Yes.
It's a good time.
Right, let's move from Raw to last night's episode of NXT.
Now, this was a good promo.
I suppose partially related to Raw, because literally two of my favourite things ever combined last night. The Rock and NXT. He main evented the show. Did he say anything? Not really. He just sort of swore a bit to test the censors, and they went, oh, bollocks, Rock's going! Right as the show went off the air. But, as part of the promo, I should say, he did address the whole Cody Rhodes, I suppose technically Roman Reigns as well, controversy around him effectively blowing up 2 potential huge WrestleMania feuds for him. And I will say, I was still holding the candle for this man yesterday, and I was very happy with what he had to say about it. He also had an interaction with Ethan Page, which was nice, sort of like, what was it, 5 years ago they had that interaction on X, and now they're there, and he said, oh, you know, well, careful what you're saying to my daughter, and maybe I'll see you on the main roster. And he slapped him on the ass. And he also, I think, beat up Eddie Thorpe before the NXT title match. But regardless, with the attention focused now on the Cody Rhodes thing, he addressed people saying, well, you're being nice to him now. And then he said, but people last year were having a go at me for being nasty to him. So what are you saying? Anyway, he concluded by saying, The Rock is the final boss thinking 20 steps ahead. The best thing for them to do is to know they're all shut their mouths and enjoy the ride that The Rock is taking them on. I'm right there with him.
The Rock. The Rock became the Twitter guy going, just let it play out, guys.
He's me.
Just enjoy wrestling. Just don't criticize anything. Like, it's The Rock. What the hell? Like,
it's the best.
He came across very online here.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Very got into and very small, which is weird because he's supposed to be the most confident man alive. Why is he responding?
One of the biggest stars in Hollywood right now. Moana's 2's killing it, isn't it?
Why is he so rattled by Twitter? Like... He's The Rock. He's the most famous man alive. What's going on?
So much money.
I know.
Who cares?
What's he doing? I do enjoy the chaos of all
Yeah.
this, obviously, because I mean that segment was a mess. Like he didn't have a clue what he was doing. Like he did a 10-minute entrance and then went, "I've only got 6 minutes
I like
left."
the fact they had the little timer there. Like, we can't go any longer, Dwayne. You're on last for a good reason.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm running out of time. Well, maybe if you got to the ring on time, it would have been okay. Oh God! And then he's doing. Was it Tee-hoo?
Yeah, it's a Samoan heritage thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of into that. I
like it,
especially when it comes out of nowhere. It drops. Yeah, he's all over the shop. He had the chills. He had the goosebumps on the arm. You can't fake goosebumps unless he's got some kind of steroid that gives you goosebumps.
Well, yeah, he just has a bucket of ice. He sticks his hand in. Just walks out there. Oh God!
Gee whiz, man, this is what a weird world. The Rock is responding to Twitter criticism.
He's going to be number 30 in the Royal Rumble. You heard it here first.
He's the most famous man on earth. What's he doing? Listen. I thought the Raw stuff was no good, but.
I was like, tell me there's a chance.
And then you get a lot of folk who are like, the casual fans. You know what you know what I say about that? The casual fan. Like, I don't care.
I was so good on the Hogan story.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ryan.
No, seriously, like, I don't care. I do not care.
Yeah.
Like, watching wrestling since 1992, I do not give a hoot. Well, other people's enjoyment of it does not impact my enjoyment of it, so why would I care if it's for somebody else? In fact, that only heightens if it's for somebody else, it's not for me, so I'm not going to like it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just silly. But yeah, what a load of rubbish. Like, Twitter... all these things like responding to this stuff, it's for little dorks like us, right?
Yeah.
Who are insignificant compared to people like The Rock. The Rock is too rich and too successful to be this insecure. It's weird. I love The Rock.
Yeah.
I love the Final Boss. I have a Final Boss t-shirt that I'm a bit too fat for at the moment, but I love that heel character, and I do hope we get to see it again.
Yes.
But what a couple of days he's had.
Yeah. Maybe best to have a few days off.
Yeah.
But I'm still holding out hope.
Yeah, one day. Well, it'll be good.
Tell you, number 30 of the Royal Rumble. If you smell.
I would enjoy that.
I think it'd be I mean, people's heads would explode.
Imagine he comes out as a babyface and, I don't know, beats up Michael Cole.
Well, I suppose he could be number 31, because number 30 could be The Undertaker.
Well, it could be Becky Lynch.
No, it could be Becky Lynch.
Maybe in the women's match. But yeah, so
The Rock wins the Women's Royal Rumble. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about this Becky Lynch Undertaker thing. So there was a report that we wrote about it on the website, but we didn't have a news video yesterday because we did the instant reaction thing. But Body Slammed on the Corey Hayes reported that originally Becky was going to be on the show and going to be involved in the women's title segment, which was, of course, Rhea Ripley dethroning Liv Morgan, celebrating, and The Undertaker came out, went around the ring on his bike, and then did a little pose. With Rhea Ripley. So, like, kind of endorsing her. The report was that basically The Undertaker had kind of taken that spot. It's like, well, what's a like-for-like replacement with Becky, The Undertaker? So that got a lot of people going, what the hell? What? which is a really eloquent sentence of just.
It was a surreal story to hear about, and I'm glad that this clarification has come out.
Yeah, so that apparently no, that's not right. So Fightful Select reporting yesterday actually that Becky was never planned for the show, according to their sources. They also said that she has officially signed a new WWE contract. Doesn't mean she'll be back on TV immediately, but she is locked in. So, it's again, the return is a case of when, not if.
Yeah.
But apparently, not planned for that show. One of the criticisms of Raw was that it was a bit too focused on the geezers, and I get that for sure. I think that something like a Becky return or the Penta debut would have been really cool.
Yeah.
And also, like, if the goal is to win over new audiences, why not use people who are going to be there every week, right?
Yes.
Why not go, hey, here's Becky Lynch. She's really awesome, and you're going to see her every week. You're not going to see Hulk Hogan every week. You're not
Thank God.
Yeah, unless you drink real American beer. You're not going to see The Undertaker every week. So I get that for sure. But Becky's coming back. It's a matter of time.
Yeah, and I get, keeping things in reserve. You're not going to blow everything on your first show on Netflix. You got Goldberg in Atlanta, along with the tribal acknowledgement ceremony thing that they're going to do. Maybe the Rock show's up there. Who knows? Yeah. But I would have liked to have seen Becky Lynch, but I am relieved more than anything that it wasn't a case of Becky sat there in Gorilla going, I guess I'm not going out there tonight. Because I believed it when I heard it, because it's one of those things you could see them doing, but I am very happy that it wasn't a case of a dead man taking Becky Lynch's spot.
Imagine that.
Because, she's going to be huge on this road to WrestleMania and huge as part of this Netflix show.
Yeah, he had his bike and was it the Kid Rock? He came out to Kid Rock, didn't he?
Yeah, American Badass.
Because they're like more in WWE's relationship with Kid Rock, I think, is closer than Limp Bizkit these days. The Limp Bizkit's cooler, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, you can't mess with Roland.
Probably send Kid Rock out there with Hulk Hogan next, who knows?
Oh, but what was the joke he said at the Hall of Fame? Body slam a Democrat. And then AJ Styles was like, you tell him, kid. He was having a great time. Uncle Alan.
It's a wild time. Let's finish on some nice news, though.
Do you reckon AJ's ever taken Kid Rock on a tour of the flat Earth? All the way to the ice wall, brother. Sorry, interrupted you.
No, that is a travel series I do want to see.
AJ goes looking for the ice wall.
But yes, let's conclude with some good news coming off the Raw show, or particularly the Raw Netflix post show, because Wade Barrett, friend of ours, of course, Big E, huge friend of ours, and hopefully future friend of ours, Joe Tessitore.
My future friend.
He's doing a great job. He's on SmackDown now, isn't he? He's got switched around.
Yeah.
But yeah, they received huge praise within WWE, according to PW Insider, for the work they did on the Raw post-show. And, interestingly enough, they also report that Tiffany Stratton is getting high marks for the reaction she received. They did the old pan-through of all the celebrities and stuff, and at one point they had Tiffy there, along with like Nikki Bella and a few others. She got a huge pop. She's obviously the new SmackDown Women's Champion, whatever they call that belt. I can never bloody remember. Mm-hmm. But the belief within WWE is she is a huge star on the rise, which is great to hear. I think we've all said she's had such potential from the moment she arrived in NXT, and then she's seamlessly moved to the main roster. She's been one of the real breakout stories of jumps from NXT to the main roster, exemplified by not only her Money in the Bank win, but that noise when she cashed in last Friday. Yeah, I think 2025 is going to be a huge year for Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. I think that she's probably the biggest success story of the NIL and that's the initials, isn't it?
Yeah,
right?
Next in line.
Yeah, next in line, and the idea that we'll recruit people from athletic backgrounds, not necessarily wrestling backgrounds. Ideally, you should do a bit of both. Yes. I think, and they have been. But yeah, she's been the biggest success story of that crop so far. Good NXT run. It's translated on the main roster. It started, a little bit one note when it started off with I'm Daddy's girl and the playing tennis and all this stuff. But it quickly evolved, and the cash in took a long time to come. But it resonated well, and that's all you can ask for.
Do you think they're going to present her as a babyface going forward? I know she's been aligned with Nia Jax, but in my head, I want to see Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, and I always prefer Charlotte Flair as a heel, therefore...
Yeah, this is it. Like, Charlotte as a babyface is not the best use of her, I don't think. But I also think that babyface Tiffany's not the best use of her. So maybe she needs a bit longer on the stove because like her character's an asshole. So
she's bloody good at it.
Yeah, but the thing is, like every single Money in the Bank. Money in the Bink.
Jay White loves it.
Yeah, he does. Every single Money in the Bank cash-in these days is received as a face move anyway, which is really weird because back in the day it was like, no, the heel is like going to be cowardly and win, which is what Tiffany did. Yeah, which is what Tiffany did.
Yeah.
But now people just like... The WWE audience is so interesting these days, man, because it's like, it's not necessarily I hate this or I love this, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I'm just part of the show, brother.
Yeah.
I'm just going to clap along and enjoy the show. And that's what you want. Like, you want a captive audience. Like, you want an audience. Like, people used to criticize AEW because they're like, oh, they'll cheer anything. That's a good thing.
Yes.
That's a good thing. So, yeah, it's an interesting product to study, and I think Tiffany's going to be a big part of it.
Huge 2025 coming up for her.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts on who you'd like to see her face at WrestleMania. I mean, she'd be damn sure babyface in that match, wouldn't she?
Certainly is.
But yeah, let us know your thoughts on everything we've discussed in the comment section below. And while you're at it, why not check out this video right here?
I think it's probably about like here. That'll do. Tickling the video as we sign off. Bye-bye.
Bye.